What is up, everybody? You are very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Internazionale preview. That was my best attempt at saying Inter in a very posh Italian-esque sounding way. I hope that you're all fine, and I hope that the day's nice where you are, and I hope the birds are singing and all of that malarkey. I know something you don't know, I know something you don't know. Yeah, I do know something that you don't know, folks. But, you know, we'll wait for the chat to fill up. Has my chat broke or something, by the way? Sorry, I think my chat's frozen. Let me just mess about with this really quickly. Yes, it is broken. Why is my chat not working? Evening, Puskas is the God. How are you, my man? Nice to see you in. Yeah, loads to get through. We will, of course, go through the predicted 11, the score predictions, loads of other bits and pieces as well. Again, want to say thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped. You can get 20% off store-wide and free shipping with the Anfield Agenda discount code WFM20. Loads of goodies on there. Fragrances, Performance Package 4.0 featuring the lawnmower, the weed whacker, ball toner, ball deodorant, boxer brief, shed travel bag. What more do you want? What more? I've done it all for you. Do you know what I mean? The discount, everything ready to go. Boom. WFM20. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how are we? Yeah, this is a regular day, is it? Oh, no. Not a regular day, my friends. It's not a regular day. I probably should hang off until tonight, but I think you're going to be happy today. I think that, you know, some news might break that might make you all a little bit happy later on. That's all I'm saying. You know, got to keep tight-lipped on these things. Yeah. Let's just say that we've been given a nod on something by some people that we believe. So we'll just wait and see. I don't want to get anybody too excited, but could be a good day, you know. Could be a good day. Yeah, so we have a stream at 8:45 tonight. If it hasn't come out by then, I'll probably blab, but let's wait and see. Yeah, so this has thrown me, by the way, because this only happened 5 minutes ago, and I haven't even had a chance to dig into it yet, so I don't really want to say it until I've got more information on it. But, yeah. Sorry. Oh, let's just... Shall I just fucking say it? I've been told that Salah's contract is done. I dare. I've said it. We were told that Salah's contract is done. Let's wait and see. That's all I can say is please don't take my word as gospel. I'm warning you about that now. All I'm saying is that we did just get the nod 5 minutes ago. So, from somebody that knows what they're talking about. So, yeah. Fuck, this has thrown me. Look, I'm all over the shop. I'm not even going to lie, folks. I'm all over the shop right now. We'll go through the preview, the predicted 11, score prediction, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, tonight could be a fun night at 8:45. Myself, Mr. Paddy Murphy, Mr. Chris Stonage, Cop the Week, my favourite show of the week. Could it be the biggest celebration of the week? I believe it is. The news looks like it's going to break about Salah's contract. I really don't know what to say here because I'm very aware that my words could alter people's mood. Because if you're like me and Liverpool's your life, then these things are important. All I can say is, to the best of my knowledge, to what I've been told, Mohamed Salah's contract's been done. I don't know what to say. I don't like doing the breaking of news things. I like let others do that, and then we come in afterwards and have a conversation about it. But yeah, I found out about 5 minutes ago, but I did get some inklings late yesterday. We'll wait for the announcement by the club. We'll wait for the information. I'm sure The Athletic or James Pearce, when it breaks, will have the inside scoop. We'll have the full details of the length of contract or negotiations and all that kind of stuff. But Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day, my friends. It is a good day. Obviously, whoever negotiated the deal with Mo has been on holidays to Turkey. That's the gold standard for negotiating. Go away to Turkey and you learn your skills, you learn your craft with the good folks over in Turkey. I love a bit of negotiation. Source. I'm trying not to be rude, Hannah. I really am, but the source is me. And if that's not good enough for you right now, I understand and appreciate that. If you want to hang off for others, I respect it. I would advise you to do so. Always best to wait for more information. So yeah, I mean, I can't tell you my source, obviously, but you know, I'm trying to hang off here, but just look at the things I have said will happen so far since I've been on this channel. Canade happened. Carvalho 17 days before anybody else, and that will happen in the summer. The Bellingham stuff, I'll be proved right on in time, like I've said. Van Dijk, I was right on when that happened. And Canade, like I said, I was right on. So, yeah, that's all I know. I don't know any of the details, by the way. Nothing. Zero. Nada. No idea the wages. No idea the length of contract yet. As I said, this has kind of just been sprung on me because I was doing an interview with Indie Cup, a lovely lady by the name of Nikita who runs a channel in India. So I was just on doing an interview with her, and I finished that interview at about 5:30. I looked at my WhatsApp and I suddenly had a load of messages. So I read into it and I went down to the one that triggered all the messages, and it was simply somebody who was very well placed saying to me, contract's done. That's the only information I've got. Salah contract done. That's all I've been told. So maybe wait 6 o'clock, maybe something on LFC News or something, I don't know, but that's what I've been told. And I don't know anything else after that. Nothing. I don't know length of contract. I don't know wages. I don't know any of that shit. But I don't care about any of that shit. If this is true, and we believe it is true, then happy days. The future is bright. The future is Mohammed. Yeah, so look, that's wow, this isn't really an Inter Milan preview video, is it? But we will go through the Inter Milan and all that kind of stuff. We'll go through the predicted 11 score predictions. But again, tonight at 8:45, we will be live with myself, Mr. Paddy Murphy, and Mr. Chris Stonage. And we gonna party like it's 1999, my friends, because I believe this will be this will be more widely known probably by then. But again, look, anybody who is questioning what I'm saying and looking for second opinions, you're right to do that. I would urge you all to do that always with stuff. I would be the same myself if I came on, and even if I see like the Anfield Rap lads talking about it, as much as I hold them in high regard and high esteem, I'd still want a James Pearce or a Melissa Reddy or a Paul Joyce. So you're absolutely right to want and wait for your confirmations. I'm just trying to give you guys something to smile about. So, is that a real football on my desk? No, but I do have the football. I actually bought that ball because it's so nice. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Yeah, sorry, I'm smirking here like a Cheshire cat because I'm absolutely delire, as we say over here in Ireland. And look, I'm not taking any offence by anybody saying if it's true. You are absolutely right to always look for a second, third source on things. I would urge all of you to be that way. Question everything. You should do it. You should question me. You should question anything until it's confirmed by the club. You're absolutely right to do that. All I'm saying is that I'm just trying to be as transparent as I've always been with you guys. When we hear stuff, if it's from somebody we believe and we can stand over. I didn't even get a chance, to drop this into our Discord group because I literally just finished that stream with Indie Cop. I came straight over here. So, should we quickly run through the starting 11 score predictions and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll come back and discuss the Mohamed Salah contract situation a bit more, perhaps, because we may have more news at that point. Obviously, I've got Connor keeping an eye on things publicly. But, as I said, just before I came on air, I received a WhatsApp message, which then led to a chain of other messages. And the WhatsApp message just simply said, Salah's contract is done. That's it. That was the tone of the message. It was from somebody who has never steered me wrong before. That's all I can say. But look, let's jump in and really quickly go through the predicted 11, the score prediction for the game against Inter. And then we'll come back. I promise you, we'll come back and we'll talk more about the Mo stuff. But really quickly, let's just fly through this. So this is my score prediction and my starting 11 prediction for tomorrow. How do I become a member? Said Hannah. There should be a blue join button. Hannah, if you don't see that, there will be a link in the description of the video, my friend, that will bring you to the link that you can become a member of the channel and get into the Discord group. So yeah, look, really quickly, let's go through the score prediction. I think we'll beat them 3-1 tomorrow. I told you guys when the draw was made, I fancied us to do them home and away. We've already done the away part. Tomorrow night, again, no Barella for Inter Milan. They scored a good few at the weekend, but they were playing a team down the bottom, I think rock bottom of Serie A. Other than that, there was a 0-0 draw that they played against AC Milan. I did a watch along of that game, the first leg of the Coppa Italia. I think it was the semi-finals, and I wasn't blown away by Inter Milan's performance at all. They're a very good team, but I just don't think they have, to say the firepower to trouble us, probably not the right phrase. I don't think they have the flair, the creativity to play on the counter-attack against us or to really trouble us. So I think we'll go through. This is the 11 I think we'll take to the pitch. Now bear in mind, Canade didn't train today. Could be just that he's played a lot of football. The good news from Jurgen Klopp is that Thiago has trained, Matip has trained, and Firmino has trained. So all technically in contention for the game against Inter Milan tomorrow. With the fact that Canade hasn't trained today, this is what I've gone with. Alisson in goal, Virgil van Dijk and Joe Matip as the centre-back pairing. Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, left and right hand side. In midfield, the fact that Thiago was available has made me go with Fabinho, Thiago and Jordan Henderson. Up top, Luis Diaz on the left, Mohamed Salah on the right. Sorry, I'm still smirking about the Salah thing. And through the centre, I've given Sadio the nod again because I believe, the lads are playing well. Form is there. Diaz is doing good on the left. Mane scored a couple through the centre of the false nine. Salah is Mohamed Salah. And to me, that's the team that gets the job done tomorrow. And hopefully, we can start bringing players off. Maybe get Thiago off after 65-70. Get a Milner on, Curtis Jones on, and Elliott on. I have them fresh for the weekend against Brighton. But that's the 11 that I'm guessing we'll see start tomorrow night against Inter Milan. We'll be doing our team news announcement show for that on YouTube. Then we'll be going across for the watch along on Twitch, and we'll be back for the match reaction videos on YouTube then again. So that's the 11 that I think will take to the pitch against Internazionale tomorrow. 3-1, my score prediction. As always, would love to know what you guys are thinking through the centre or for your score predictions and starting 11s. But yeah, that's kind of where we are right now with regards to that. I would waffle on for a few minutes more, to try and talk about the game. But ultimately, we all just want to know about what's going on with Mo, don't we? If we're being really honest about it. So again, for those coming in a little bit late, I was told Mohamed Salah's contract is done. And I don't know when we'll see that announcement. I hope it's this evening. But for those coming in late, you're right. Don't believe me. You're absolutely right not to. Go look elsewhere and wait for confirmation elsewhere. But like I've always been, I've been honest and told you we've been told that it's done. And you know me, I don't come on and play the ITK shit unless I'm pretty damn confident. So, yeah, it's Canade injured. Not injured, just didn't train today, Dahi. Could be because he's played the last two games. He played 30 minutes of the extra time as well against Chelsea in the League Cup final. So that could have been it. And Matip's back. He had an illness. And the fact that Matip only missed, 3-4 days makes me think that he probably will come into the starting 11 just to give Canade a rest. Maybe we'll see him and Canade back for the game against Brighton, which is a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday for that one. But yeah, Bobby's back. Thiago's back. And who was the other one that was injured? And Matip is back, which is good news. I wouldn't expect Bobby to start because he'd been out a little bit longer than the rest. Thiago, look, it may be Thiago, maybe Naby Keita that we see tomorrow, and I'm fine either way. I just don't like the idea of Henderson on the left and Elliott on the right against Inter. I think we looked better when Henderson came on, or when Henderson switched across to the right in the away leg, if my memory's right. What's the go-to match day food for you, Craig? When I go to the game, always go to the same chipper and get chicken nuggets, chips and curry sauce, and I always throw it in the bin and don't like it. But it's always the same thing, you know what I mean? It's always the same routine. And it's worked because I haven't seen Liverpool lose a game in the last 4 trips I think I've had over. Is Salah leaving Liverpool? I believe the exact opposite will be the case, Harry, as will come to fruition fairly soon. Diaz or Salah, who's better? I don't do those games. You know, I'm somebody that believes we have them both at the club. Don't compare them, enjoy them, and wish them all well. I'd rather see Gomez than Matip tomorrow, said Ryan. Why? I don't understand why. I mean, nothing about Joe Gomez's performances makes me that confident that he should be in there ahead of Matip. Again, you know, it's up to Klopp, ultimately the last decision. Thiago's injury prone, his body's not up to the physicality of the English game, would rather sell him in the summer. Why? You know, well, I guess you're going to say, Shane, because I just told you he's injured, you absolute dope. In which case, my bad, dude, but hear me out. If we can get him to play 25, 30 games a season, the big games, the knockout Champions League games, the run-in the Premier League, the semi-final of the FA Cup or the quarter-final of the FA Cup, I'm all right with that, you know, with Thiago. I am, because of how exceptional he is, and there aren't many players in the world that can really dictate the tempo of a game from midfield. But I just think that double pivot he has with Firmino, you know, as often as we can get the two of them on the pitch together, it's just phenomenal. And their record playing together speak for itself. So I do get you. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but we knew this about Thiago when we signed him. You know, I never expected him to play 50 games a season. I always thought we'd probably see him for half the games. Or maybe as an option from the bench if the game isn't working out the way the Klopp wanted it to try and switch it up a bit. So let me just ask a question. If I'm right, which I think I am, do I get any credit from you fuckers for coming in a bit early on it again? You know, at what point do I get a little bit of credit in the world of transfers and stuff like that? Because I think my hit rate's been pretty good. What's this Connor's just sending me? Liverpool just tweeted a picture of Mohamed Salah training with a smile on his face. There you go. What else we got? City winning the league again? Perhaps. They are top of the league. I don't know what your banter is there. Yeah, sure. Honestly, I don't know what your banter is there. I mean, you're not winning the fucking league, mate. So, you know, you don't get to come in and go, City winning the league again, ha ha ha. They may win the league. They may not win the league, you know. We'll wait and see what happens. But, yeah. What's your opinion on Carvalho? In what sense? Will we sign him? Yes. Where will he play? It seems to be that his future would lie as a false nine. My opinion is that it's a fantastic signing. Yeah, right caliber of player, right age profile, very bright future ahead of him. Again, got that Portuguese link that we have with Pep and Linders and stuff as well. So yeah, I think Carvalho will be again a very good piece of business by the football club, and we'll look back on his transfer in years to come and think, much like we will with Harvey Elliott, what a bargain it was. The quadruple is on, said Bernice. Yes, you do. Where's Romano talking about it? Craig equals go. Yeah, somebody actually weirdly popped into our Discord group last night to have a pop at me about Fabrizio Romano, which I thought was odd because I don't think I've mentioned Fabrizio Romano's name since January. But look, I'm not here to judge other people. All I can do is tell you what I know. And, when I tell you guys what I know, it's usually because I'm very, 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 very confident of it. So yeah, look, as I always said, you're right to question me. You're right to question anybody that gives you information. But I'm confident that I'm right. Can we get the match prediction and lineups? Already did it, but happy to go back through it, mate. No problem. Let me just quickly flick back to it. There you go. That's my predicted lineup and my score prediction for tomorrow. Zaid, Alisson in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back. I think we'll see Matip come in alongside Van Dijk because we didn't see Ibrahim Konate in training today. I don't believe he's injured or anything. It could be just a recovery thing. Midfield, the fact Thiago is available. I hope Thiago plays left side of midfield. With Firmino and then Jordan Henderson, of course. And up top, I'd like to see Luis Diaz, Sadio Mane, and Mohamed Salah. That's my predicted 11. Now, look, as always, Diogo Jota could absolutely be in that front three. Keita could start the game instead of Thiago tomorrow, and maybe Thiago comes on later in the game if needed. But yeah, that's what I think. Again, would love to know your predicted 11s, what you guys are thinking, and I'm going 3-1 as well for the score prediction. So yeah, that's where I am for tomorrow. But yeah, sorry. Normally I go through these easier, but the Salah stuff has kind of just taken the whole day in a separate direction now. Would I start Ox? No, I wouldn't. The problem I have with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is probably the problem most of you guys and girls have with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is where is his best position. Nothing against the dude at all. Like I love Ox as a fella. He seems like a really lovely lad. But I still don't know after all the time he's been at the football club where his best position is. Yeah, honestly. And that makes me think, can we give him another contract? Not knowing, again, if he has... Like, we've enough utility players is what I'm trying to say. Like, Hendo can play in the 6, he can play in the 8. Milner can play in the 6, he can play in the 8, he can play left back, he can play right back. Fabinho can play in the 6, he can play right back, he can play centre back. So I feel like we've got enough versatility in midfield. I'd like to see a few more specialists in there. So that's my thinking behind Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain potentially moving on. Did Salah get a contract? I believe so. Yes. Is Ox's time up? I don't know. Maybe the club runs down his contract, Josh. I don't have any information on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's future at the club. All I know is what you guys know, is that he'll have a year left to go, like Naby Keita at the end of this season. So maybe Liverpool will feel like they let Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain run down his contract till he's 29, and then maybe the season after they go out and get Jude Bellingham. So let's wait and see. Jen said I'm late. What was my score prediction? 3-1, Jen. I think we beat them 3-1 tomorrow. 5-1 on aggregate, obviously. And we will be on Twitch for that watch along tomorrow. We'll have a post or a team news announcement show on YouTube. Then we'll be over to Twitch. Has Salah signed? I feel like I'm trying to be like as gentle as I can in saying this, but yes, Jen, we've been told that by somebody that he signed, that the deal's done. Yes. Anyone feels we should go for Elise before City? I don't know. Mutaz, I don't know if Liverpool would have enough information to look at Elise. Yeah, we've got a young wide player in Kate Gordon coming through. If we bring in Carvalho, that's a young false nine or a young attacking midfielder coming in. We've got Musialowski, obviously, to look at a pathway through for. So I don't know if Elise is on Liverpool's radar. I genuinely don't. I haven't got a clue. We should sign a 10. We have, or we will. Carvalho, Gumi. That will be the attacking midfielder / false nine. Liverpool are the only team in the Champions League that has won every game of the Champions League. Well, that's because we're pretty damn good, John. Pretty good, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm as... Oh, hang on, more WhatsApp messages coming in. Oh, no, sorry. I'm just keeping an eye on our WhatsApp group because obviously with it being the day that it is. I'm trying to keep up to date with everything. So if I get any information in real time, I'll of course feed it straight back to you guys. But as of right now, yeah, the vibes are good that Mohamed Salah announcement should be soon enough. So yeah, we will have more on this tonight, by the way, before we come back in for the Cop the Week show at 8:45. I'll have had time to make a few phone calls by then. When is the match? Tomorrow, 8 p.m. kickoff. We'll be on Twitch from 7:20. We'll be on YouTube from 6:45 to 7:15 for our team news announcement video. And then we'll be back on YouTube for the match reactions. Bayern and Ajax haven't lost. He said have won every game, though. I don't know if have they won every game. Ajax drew their last one, didn't they? 2-2 against Benfica. I wanted to know your thoughts on the upcoming Manchester City game. Do you think we'll go for all 3 points or settle for a tie? Well, we can't settle for a tie. We'll need to go and try and get to 3 points because, the only way the league is in our own hands is if we go and beat them at the Etihad. So a draw would put the league title out of our own hands. So, look, there's games to come between now and the time we play City. Anything could happen. We've got a game at the weekend against Brighton. Then we've got a game against Arsenal midweek next week. Arsenal obviously have an interest in the top four themselves, having displaced Manchester United in there over the weekend with games in hand. So, it probably... The odds are it will certainly have a massive impact on the title race. The game at the Etihad could be the defining moment of the season, but we can't get ahead of ourselves just yet. The club have to make sure that it's cheesy, it's corny, it's not what we want to hear, but they're right. One game at a time. First game, obviously, is tomorrow against Inter because we can't take that for granted. Can't take our eyes off the ball. This is the European Cup tomorrow night, so hopefully get through that tie. We'll find out tonight who we play in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Huddersfield Nottingham Forest game is on later on, so we'll know by hopefully 10 o'clock tonight who we face in the quarter-finals. We've an away tie in that one, of course. And then we've an international break coming up as well this month, which, none of us want to talk about, and rightly so, because it'll be a long 2 weeks, but we do. Jen, sorry, Craig, do we know who said Mo has signed? Oh, I know who said Mo has signed, Jen, but I can't tell you that, obviously, because then I don't get any more information ever again, which is weird because I'm not a journalist and I never claimed to be a journalist. I'm just a football fan. But, the people that have told us the information, they have livelihoods that, I can't give away their information or I'd be up shit creek and I'd never hear from them again, as I'm sure you'd understand. I love how we're in every cup, Zaki. So do I, mate. So do I. I woke up today even just smirking going, yep, I'm pretty good right now. Champions League tie tomorrow, 2-0 up after the first leg. Loads of cups still to play for. One in the bag already. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wing. Salah, la, 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 la. Oh, we could have fun tonight, folks. I mean, Cop the Week is always my favourite show of the week, but tonight I feel like it's going to be a little bit extra special. And again, to everybody coming in about the Mo news and stuff, if you don't believe me, I won't take it personally, I promise you. You're right to question all these things. Question me, question other people, you're damn right to. Pepsi or Coke? Ugh. Diet Coke. All the way. What countries are on the international break? Everybody. Yeah, everybody. So there's some World Cup qualifiers being played. Egypt and Senegal have a 2-legged playoff for the World Cup. That's taking place. Wales are meant to have a game again, a playoff for the World Cup. That's taking place over the international break. I'll be on holidays, so, I won't be paying any attention to it. United's heat map in the city looked like Antarctica. That was ridiculous, that second half by United. I mean, talk about capitulation and not playing for the shirt. That was shocking. Has Salah's deal been done? Again, I'll say what I said at the start of the video. 5 minutes before I went live, I got a message on WhatsApp to say the Mohamed Salah deal is done. The message came from somebody who has steered me in the right direction before. Doesn't give me that much information, to be fair, this particular person, but has been right. This is the person that was right about the information for Ibrahim Kanate for me. It's not the person that gave me the Fabio Carvalho information. That was a little bit different. But yeah, I believe that he signed the contract. I don't know when it'll be announced. So, don't pop them party poppers just yet. But to me, I believe Mohamed Salah, his contract extension is done, from what I know. Do we still have Nulan Voider? Yeah, he's still around somewhere. Where is he? There he is, Joanne. Oh, look, he looks like he's walking on air there, Nulan. Look, that's just a Nulan head. Look, he's giving you a wave. That's very strange, isn't it? Wow. Nulan under the table, Nulan. What's going on with Salah? I can only repeat the same thing, Frankie, over and over again. I've been told that deal is done. Other than that, I don't know what to say to you. Don't forget though, do hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Don't forget about your old pal Craigo, who occasionally gets a few things right. Nulan just dancing on Craig's humongous wood. Well, I didn't want to say it, Tino, you know what I mean? So I'm a bit distracted myself here because, like you guys, I'm kind of just finding this information out in real time. Give us some information about Mane and Firmino's contract. The only information that I have about Mane is the information that's out there publicly, and that is that as of yet there has been no discussions with Sadio Mane about a new deal. There was an article that came out last week that, again, I want to remember where it came from, but I can't off the top of my head, that suggested that Sadio Mane feels like he's being pushed out. I don't know if that's true. I hope it's not true, but it seems like Sadio feels like he could be the make weight. He could be the one that gets moved on in the summer to try and free up capital to bring in other players. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the situation is. Particularly around Firmino, actually. I've heard nothing on that. Like, nothing either way. Nothing to say that he might move on. Nothing to say he's going to stay. Nothing to say there's been talks. Nothing. Yeah, and that's just me being honest, as always. Like, if I had any inklings, I'd try and give you some type of an opinion, but I don't. And I don't want to say one way or the other. I could give you what I'd like to happen, but other than that, yeah. Romano just posted a pic. Did he? Good for him. Wasn't as quick as me though, was he? He'll get the praise though, like he always does. Yeah. Well, you got to hear you go, ... nonsense. But again, he didn't break it, did he? So look, I'm not saying I broke it either, by the way. Somebody broke it to me. But yeah, look, if anybody wants to worship at the altar of Fabrizio or elsewhere, that is entirely up to you. And whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. My opinion on Fabrizio Romano is that he's a very good journalist, but he's not the most knowledgeable on all things Liverpool. He's very well clued in around United, clearly, obviously, with football transfers in Italy. He's your man, but what I always get stuff quicker than Romano on Liverpool. And it could be just, look, Liverpool just don't give out a lot of information. There is that as well. Like, the days of the leaks from Brendan Rodgers, they're gone. Like, Liverpool keep things fairly tight at the minute. And by the way, we're just double checking this information about Mohamed Salah right now with some top tier journalists. Like, yeah, some very, very top tier journalists. We're trying to just get double confirmation on this because it's such a big thing that, you know, you're right to just make sure. I absolutely appreciate 100% if anybody is doubting. Of course, you're right to doubt because it's a big thing right now. It's the thing with news we've been waiting on for months. if I was to put £50 away the Salah signed, what would I be doing? Oh man, that money would have gone in a long time ago. Right now, if I want a percent, I'm 92% certain. I'd even go maybe a touch higher, 95% certain that it's done. But I would certainly put the 50 quid on it, yes, mate, no problem. If you gave me £1,000 now, I'd put it on it. That's how confident I feel. Romano hasn't posted anything. Again, I don't need to wait for Fabrizio to tell me things about Liverpool, to tell me stuff about other leagues, other players, other contract deals. Always, like everybody else, I pay attention to what he posts. But for Liverpool, for me, I have my own go-tos. I've got my own journalists I look out for. I'm looking forward to actually reading the article from James Pearson and Caoimhe O'Neill in The Athletic when the situation becomes public knowledge, because I've no doubt we'll all find out more information in that article. They're excellent journalists on all things Liverpool. So yeah, look, I know we're all waiting for that confirmation from the club, and until that happens, this is all just some bald Irish twat saying that he knows something that you don't know yet. But all I'm asking is to just have a bit of faith. And also, feel free to give us a bit of credit out there as well, anybody. We don't really get much heads up props on stuff that we get right. Canade, I think it was 17 days ahead of anybody else on the stuff about Carvalho as well. Certainly in our Discord group, I had told them nearly 3 weeks before that news became public. Michael Owen said today he'd be very surprised if the contract wasn't announced very soon. Look, ultimately, I don't care about being right here. I'm a fan like every one of you. I just want it to be in the public domain. I just want us to be able to celebrate. I just want us to be able to have this moment together again. That's the only part of this I'm looking forward to, is knowing that we can all celebrate this together and we can have a bit of fun tonight on the Cop of the Week show. And we know that a huge part of our success and a huge reason for our success has been tied down to the football club, which is only a good thing. So, you're after winning a League Cup, so there's loads of positivity around the camp. If this contract gets announced, that's another shot in the arm. We've just brought in Luis Diaz, and I would imagine that we will have one or two more renewals coming down the line as well. Sadio and Matip new contracts. I'm fully on board for Sadio getting a new deal, by the way. 100%. What do you think will happen to Keita? My gut instinct tells me he'll get a renewal. But that is just that. That is just me trying to look at it objectively. And I may be a bit biased on this because I do love Naby. Jen, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Is the news that Salah has signed a new deal remotely true? I believe it to be true, Bob, yes. Bellingham, right now, the reports coming from Germany on Bellingham, and this includes the person that I spoke to or speak to in Germany about these things, is that he wants to do one more season at Dortmund. Whether that's because Liverpool have said that they wouldn't be able to finance it for another year, or because I'm still saying to you 100%, I believe his next club is Liverpool after Dortmund. So if he stays another year, I honestly don't mind if he stays another year with Dortmund. I'm never in any rush for players when they're 18 years of age. If he wants to stay and get another year in the Bundesliga, another year in European competition, obviously with the World Cup coming up next season as well, he'll want to be part of Gareth Southgate's thinking for that World Cup for England. So yeah, I get it. He might want to uproot himself at this moment in time. Craig, you and Paddy said Mane shouldn't get a new contract a few weeks ago. Absolutely, Bob. But here's the thing, mate. Opinions change. Things evolve. And, my opinion has changed on Mane. I've loved seeing him in the false nine role. So look, you are right. And there's probably, go back a few months further, there was probably times where I thought it was going to be Bobby that will move on. I think certainly I have to put my hands up to stuff like that, mate, when I say it, because, I'm a fan like everybody else. And like everybody else, fans' opinions can vary depending on the form of players and stuff like that. And we also try and take into account how the owners may look at the situation. And I still feel that he's the most likely to move on. The reports coming out suggest he hasn't even been spoken to yet about a new deal. So I take what you have said, Bob, and I have no argument back, mate. But I will say is, my opinions can change like anybody else's. Mane has been the best of the front three in the last few games. Again, I agree with that. 6 times, yeah. I think you're very fair on that. He's been brilliant. I mean, I would have thought that it would have been Mohamed Salah that would be put through as the false nine or the central player. And maybe we would have seen Mane out and to the right then with Luis Diaz. But I think Sadio's been brilliant to the centre. And I think he has a case to feel a little bit annoyed as well. I genuinely do. Like, all the attention seems to always be on Mohamed Salah for obvious reasons. He's the top scorer in the Premier League. He's a superstar. But so is Sadio. And he's just won the AFCON. He's just been voted player of the tournament. He has scored some very important goals for us. That goal, he got goal of the month for the goal against Norwich. That wonderful over-the-shoulder kind of half bicycle kick, half scissors kick. Scored a very important goal for us again against West Ham at the weekend. So yeah, all good. I love that from Zaki. Quadruple loading. Nice. Craig, with the Salah contract, is Luis Diaz level assuredly or Fabio Carvalho? I don't know what that means, Zane. So Fabio Carvalho, that deal looks like it's in place, mate. And it's not, you don't have to just take my word for that. There was other journalists out there who have, I say other journalists, I'm not a journalist. There are journalists out there who have said that deal is in place. I believe it to be in place. Is it possible for the quad? Again, you know me, I try and put everything into betting perspectives. Would I bet 50 quid on Liverpool to win a quad? No, I wouldn't. My guess for the rest of the season, and I put it into our Discord group the other night, and I'd love to know what you guys think about it, so please feel free to play along in the chat. I think Liverpool will win the Champions League. I think we will come runners-up in the Premier League, and I think we will make it to at least the semi-finals of the FA Cup, but I don't think we'll win it. So for me, I think we'll end up with 2 trophies at the end of the season. Champions League, League Cup. I think we'll finish second in the league, and the FA Cup, I don't know, semis or final, but I don't think we'll win it. But we can. I mean, it's very difficult to predict the cups, be it the Champions League or the FA Cup, without knowing the draw. So, yeah. I'll be really honest, I'm not that arsed about the FA Cup. Like, if we win it, great. I'm not going to say no to it, but the idea of the big two are the ones you want to chase down, isn't it? You want to chase down the Champions League and the Premier League. At the start of every season, they're the big two. We've already got one in the bank, which is amazing, but if we were to win one of the big two, I'd be happy. 2 of the big two, and the moves are out again. I mean, I'm sorry, but they're probably going to be out again. Do I think we should play Jota and Mane long term? So here's my renewed, Bob, opinion on the front three situation. So, Salah, well, I would give Mane and Bobby a new deal. I would give them both. I would like to hope that we could give them maybe a 3-year deal with an option of a 4th. And I would do that for a couple of reasons. One, because I believe both of them can play on till 33, 34. Secondly, it would protect their market value. So if in a year's time it was very adamant or very clear that one of them had dropped in form, well, at least we protected their value. And at 30 years of age, we could probably still command a decent transfer fee. So I'd like to see them all given new deals. Because look at it, going into next season, Luis Diaz, Fabio Carvalho coming in, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota. I mean, that's just amazing. That's the 5, 6 best, well, let's take out Fabio for a second. That's the 5 best forwards, I think, in world football in one squad. I don't mean they're the 5 best individual players. I mean, as a collective, I think that's the best attacking lineup in the world. So that's my argument for it. Now, how the club value this, I don't know. How the club look at the wages, I don't know. But it would also protect us from having to sign anybody else. That's another thing, another aspect to this. And it would give Kate Gordon another year as well. Another year to develop, another year to see if, 1 year will be enough or if he may need to go on loan. So that's my thinking behind it. But I don't believe that'll be FSG's thinking. I believe FSG will look at the age profile and feel like we need to freshen up one of those positions. Now, what we all don't want to happen here, and what the worry is that the Luis Diaz one, we know was pushed forward. I mean, let's be fair about it. We know that the club wanted to hold off on Luis Diaz till the summer, but Spurs' interest forced their hand and got us a better price. So, with that in mind, was he brought in to replace someone that's already here? I hope not, because I think we need 5 forwards. By 5 forwards, I mean 5. We can start any 3 of the 5 of them, and we ain't going to complain. Minamino, there's still a drop to Takumi Minamino, whatever we say, as good as he's been, and he is coming on. Divock looks like he'll probably move on. And then, as I said, it'll come down to what happens with Kate Gordon. Look at Twitter. I don't have Twitter, mate. I don't have Twitter. But I don't know what do I need to look at it for. I feel like I'm pretty confident. But I don't know what I need to look at it for. Sorry. I think FSG would have to be idiots to get rid of Mane. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with you at this moment in time. Would I sell both Divock and Taki? There's no selling of Divock, mate. His contract is up. There's an option for a 1 year contract extension with Divock Origi. But from what I've read, I don't think he'll play enough minutes or enough games in the Premier League for us to be able to trigger that 1 year extension. So I would imagine Divock will leave. Taki I wouldn't sell. No, not at this moment. I think we're seeing enough glimpses of improvement in the domestic cups from Taki that we should hang off. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'd move on. I would move Milner on. I've got to be really honest about what I would. If he stays, grand, happy days, but I would move him on. Adrian will move on. I'm interested to see what happens with Sepp van den Berg, actually, because the reports from Preston have been that he's playing really well. They're probably looking to replace Firmino with Carvalho. Could be. Now, that could be a case, Atinho. You know what? If that was the case, I wouldn't hate it. So let's say we brought in Fabio Carvalho, which will happen, and Bobby is moved on. Or even if Bobby's run down his contract and leave on a free, I would rather that than losing Mane, because I still think Mane will offer us a lot. Is Karius gone? Yeah. No. I thought the club may have just paid up his contract in January, but no, he's not gone yet, but he will be gone at the end of the season. Keita is a luxury player worth keeping. Yes, but also because of his contract situation. Like, to leave for nothing is unthinkable when you paid 54 million quid for it. Like, we're not United, we can't afford to do that. So the other option there is you either renew Naby Keita or sell him this summer, because he'll have 1 year to go. If you sell him this summer, what are you going to get from realistically? 25, maybe 30 if you're lucky. So again, with him, I think the right option there. I mean, I'm very surprised the club let it get to a situation where James Milner's contract's up this summer. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino. I'm very, very surprised that the club allowed it to get to a position where all 5 of them, their contracts are up at the same time. Considering how important they are. Where do I get your Discord server? You don't unless you're a member of the channel. So if anybody does want to come into our Discord group, you have to be one of 2 things. You either have to be a member of Anfield Agenda FC, or you have to be subbed on Twitch, and then you'll get the link to our Discord. So yeah, it's only for members, mate. It's a little thank you and reward to those members for supporting the channel financially. It's kind of our trade-off, because our content is all free, always will be free. So yeah, that's kind of what we do. So if anybody wants it, the link is there to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC. It's $4.99 a month. You get the emojis, you get the Discord group, you get your name in green to me and other members. You get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name on here, and some other fun bits as well. Like we'll have another couple of giveaways tomorrow for the watch along. Definitely giving away at least one box from MystiqueJerseys.com, and I think we might have a Manscaped set to give away really soon. I'm just waiting for delivery of it. I think I actually missed the delivery today because I was asleep. But I think there's a delivery of a Manscaped performance package that we'll give away as well. And we also have a home Liverpool shirt to give away. It is in a size small, adult small, but that will be given away as well tomorrow. So make sure you join us on Twitch for the watch along. And if you are subbed on there, then you will be in with a chance to win that box for Mystique Jerseys or the Liverpool home shirt. Right, I'm going to go, my friends. I'm going to go and try and find out as much information as I can for you guys before the 8:45 stream tonight, which is going to be party time. Myself, Mr. Paddy Murphy, Mr. Chris Stonage, 8:45 tonight, Cop the Week. Hit that subscribe button, folks. Drop a like on the video. Tonight could be a long one. We could be having some fun. So, yeah, look, I hope to see you then tonight. Again, do me a favour, drop a like, hit that subscribe button as well. If anybody wants to sign up and become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, the link is in the description of the stream. And I will see you guys at 8:45, where I'm going to be bragging like a motherfucker. But I love you all.